All right, so wanted to give you a call here and find more information out about your, you selling cars for currency. I understand that you're going to, online, you advertise you were going to take it, and I wanted to hear a little bit more about that if you would elaborate on that and how that's going to work for you.
Sure, yeah. Well, I like the cryptocurrency. I believe it's a movement that's going to continue to go upwards as far as productivity. So some of my favorite cryptocurrencies is Ripple and Ken. Ken being my favorite because it has the most potential. So what I'm trying to do at the car lot is give folks an opportunity, if they want to use their Ken, to buy some tangible products, even as big as an automobile. So that's my goal, is to spread the word about Ken and other cryptocurrencies so people can educate themselves.
And that's amazing. So when it comes to your risk when taking cryptocurrency like Ken or Ripple, are you kind of limiting the cost of your cars?
No, I'm not. So like if someone wants to buy a big ticket item, as long as they're ready to accept the rate that it goes at, because it may be a little bit more, because let's say, for instance, that Ken's, and I'm just hypothetically saying, let's just say it's selling for a penny.
Right.
And then if I look online on one of the exchanges and I think that it's going to cost me to cash out like 3/4 of a penny, that may be what they get charged. So it'll be a fair way to buy and trade the currency. But I'll do it as close to market value as I can.
All right. So now, when it comes to the currency exchange, right, we all think about online security and keeping that, safe and not, putting our money and our currency at risk. Have you put any thoughts to about, because I don't know of any escrow services and things like that when it comes to these transactions. So, really it is going to be putting your faith in that person and them putting it in you. Have you thought anything around that?
Yeah, I've thought. I mean, they don't have to do it away from the car lot. I don't expect people to buy the cars and not see them or drive them. So once they get here to the lot, all they have to do is, if they drive the car and they see I'm legit and I'm not going to be ripping them off, then they can transfer the money while they're sitting here and see it go into my account, and then I'll give them a receipt and their vehicle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and that seems kind of simple, right?
Yeah.
And we've taken into account, once, we do know there's blockchain issues, stuff like that, and people do make mistakes, and I've seen people send currency off into the ether and never get it back. So, I think there's a lot of potential for something like this to work. And with the Ken ecosystem, I think if you ever had considered or, finding someone you could probably plug it in once they come out with these developments to your website, right? Where it's a little bit more of a, just don't sit down at a desk and process it. You're going to, you would actually go through the ecosystem. And that's kind of, I think that using the ecosystem itself would also foster, this currency and kind of solidify how it works and show people how it would work.
Well,
so I'm
sure.
not sure if
and I would love to be the first guy to sell a car with Ken, and if to be put on the actual ecosystem as a partner,
right.
I would definitely take that more serious and put more cars, newer cars, and brand new cars, if need be, to whatever people would want to spend it for.
Well, hell, if you got a beater for $1,000, I'll be the first one to buy one.
I'll get you one. Sure.
Yeah, we could talk about that. I'm serious. We want to, if you want to be the first guy to sell a car with Ken, and I want a project car, I'm a big fan of Mustangs or anything that goes fast. I'm down here in South Florida, so you're not too far up there in Tennessee. Something I think we could make
find
happen.
You something. Yeah, I'll go out here and reduce something down to where we can get the ball rolling.
Yeah, and I think that would be, something to kind of spread it to the community, the first Ken car purchase, even though, I don't want to give up that Ken. I'll be,
Well, I mean, if it's for the ecosystem,
it is what it is.
though.
Yeah. it is, and I'm okay. Now, see, that's a good sales pitch, see, right? That's why you're in sales. I'm just an IT guy, but I've got enough of it. Well, I look at the cost, and I think it would be still good for the ecosystem, right? And I still want to get a car I can work on. So, I think we could talk offline about that, and basically what I'll do is, the world wanted to know in the Kin world, what you were doing, what you're going to do with it, and what your ideas were. So.
My main
nice
thing is to get it out there to where people understand that Kin is not some vaporware. That Kin is the real deal. That actually it has more potential than any cryptocurrency on the market today. And
I agree. I agree. And see, you and I are on the same page there. I think, their go-to-market, and I've spoke on this online. If you've seen my videos, I do live streams where their go-to-market hasn't been rushed and just throw the currency out there. They've taken their time. They've not skirted regulations. They're putting a nice package together to present to the world. And me being a technical guy, they have those development kits and web server plugins and marketplace server plugins that are, if you look at what Ted Livingston spoke on was the 5-minute SDKs, right? Within 5 minutes, you can actually get the plugin and plug right into the ecosystem and be transacting in Kin, right? That is the vision of the CEO of Kit, right? And that's right. I think that's what I want to see. And you could be that first guy. You never know.
Well, that'd be great. Yeah, I hope Apple also goes because it sounds like Apple would be a great fit too.
Yeah, you never know. And I'm holding on for dear life, but I think that, like I said, I'm looking to buy a car to work on, and we might be able to make this happen. So what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and just kind of end this little quasi-interview. I appreciate you taking my call, and we'll be in touch offline here.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
I appreciate it. We'll talk to you.